Well, we have hit the ultimate battle that we will ever face in our lifetime. The battle within. Yes, the battle with yourself versus yourself. You know what you need to do to make progress. You know what you need to do to take better care of your health. You know what you need to do to cultivate those relationships and just make life more enjoyable. Hence, we hesitate, we stumble, we hit resistance, and we just settle back into our comfortable patterns, behaviors, and routines. It's just easier that way. Have you ever felt this way at all? I know I have. Today's Mindful Monday focuses on what you can do to change your mindset, even if it's just a little bit, to go after those dreams, to really go after those goals that you really know you should, and that is in alignment for you. If you master that within your own inner reality, you will start noticing your outer reality change little by little. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to the Pixie Palace. Well, I feel renewed today because it is President's Day weekend, but it's still a wonderful Monday, and I've been starting off the week on a really good note. I got up early. I actually got up earlier than I'm used to. Yes, I'm back on normal time, not European time as much anymore. I also got a lot of extra sleep last night. For some reason, I was really super tired, so I paid attention to my body and just went to bed. Also, I have some new goals for the week. I feel in my own alignment and ready to head on to this week on a strong note. Now, not all of us might be feeling that way, and there have been many weeks I have felt the same. I started figuring out certain little things that have been working in my life, as well as certain thought processes that really fuel me in my life journey, both offline and online. The hardest part is the battle within yourself. It's truly amazing how we are very comfortable with sharing our goals, sharing ideas on how to better ourselves, whether it's with a friend or a family member, or writing them down, or just even thinking them. And then when it comes to applying that to our lives, our habits seem harder to break than we realized. Or we tell ourselves, well, this is not the way we operate, so let's just go back to the way we were. It's more comfortable, it's safer. And it's really truly astounding how we sabotage ourselves in ways we don't even realize. Sometimes it's in the self-talk, and other times it's in our actions. So there have been a couple tips I've been using lately that's really helped me a lot. I have a long way to go. I'm human just like all of you, despite my pixie magic. But as long as you're going in the right direction, in my eyes, you are successful. Number one, recognize when you are getting in your own way. Now, this could be a certain thought process. This could be an action you don't take or do take. It could be either way, like procrastination, for example. It's whatever triggers you not to accomplish what you're looking to achieve. And it's really interesting because it really takes a mindfulness in order to do this. It's really important to know the root causes of why you limit yourself or why you don't take the action that's needed in order to go forward. Now, this is sometimes a good time to self-reflect and really ask yourself the hard questions. Ask yourself, why do I react this way when this comes up? Or what is the root cause? Why did I feel a certain way when this person said this, or when I had to go do this task? Why am I procrastinating? There are a lot of different ways you can ask yourself, and you know yourself the best. But I've noticed that I can be the queen procrastinator, and I wear that crown proudly sometimes. I am going to admit it. I am not exempt from this. And unfortunately, I think a lot of us have that crown in this category. So basically, understanding why I'm procrastinating. Am I scared of achieving something? Am I scared of having to deal with a certain issue? Is it seems too daunting? Does it seem too overwhelming? Just knowing why you're feeling that way really, really helps you figure out the steps in order to go forward and to solve this issue. Now, it's not going to be a cookie cutter answer. All of us are unique individuals, as I say, multidimensional beings. And what might trigger one person won't trigger somebody else, or vice versa. A lot of it stems from all the life experiences we've had, or results we might have had with something similar that we've achieved in the past, or maybe not have achieved. Certain things that we view as failures may not be failures to someone else. It may actually be successes to someone else. So really getting out of the mindset of what everyone else thinks. Know what's important to you and really understand that. Now, this is a process. This is not something you're going to accomplish in an hour or overnight. It might take journaling, it might take some meditation, whatever works for you in order to do this. But until you get to the root causes of why you're behaving in a certain way, none of the other tips are going to work. I've tried to do the easiest way of dealing with this. I've tried the easy solutions, and sure, they worked short term, but I always went back to the same issues, same problems coming up, and I realized I had to face it head on. I really had to get real with myself and understand why I was doing these things, or not doing these things. Number 2. Only address one thing at a time. I will repeat this because this definitely needs to be digested. Only do one thing at a time. We are so prone to multitasking, whether we think we do or not, we do it. Because if we can talk, walk, and hold a smartphone in our hands, we are multitasking regardless of what we think. I tend to jump in head first with a lot of things. And that's also trying to solve a lot of issues at the same time. I'm really big on self-growth. I'm sometimes hard on myself, becoming a better version of myself, more so than right now. And then I realized, truly, Rome wasn't built in a day.
And yes, I know the Roman Empire eventually fell, but we're not going to fall. We're going to keep on getting up and keep on rising like the phoenixes that we are.
Okay, anyway, I digress. But I realized that when I spread myself so thin that I was worrying about all these issues I had to deal with, or that what I perceived were issues, I would get burnt out, frustrated, and procrastinated anyway. I just did not want to deal with it. So really be gentle with yourself. Do ask something of yourself. Do ask for yourself to really take a look within. Deal with these issues that are bothering you, but only do one thing at a time. Because a little bit of growth and going in the right direction is so much better than trying to take everything all at once and burning out. And number 3, break things down. And what I mean by this is a lot of us have one big goal or maybe several big goals. A lot of us are entrepreneurs, content creators. Even if you don't do it online, you may be really heavy into your job offline, or maybe you're a caretaker, or just anything else personal in your life that you really want to tackle, you really want to grow and really learn from and become so much wiser and so much happier in your life, because we tend to take on a lot of goals, which is totally normal, and I encourage it. However, when we take on a big goal, for example, build your online business. Well, that's an exciting idea, an exciting goal, and yes, you should go for it if that resonates for you. But don't leave it at that. Break it down. Break down the achievable steps you can do in order to do this. There's a lot of things to business. It's a lot harder than it looks. Even if you don't have a website, just even doing videos or doing social media management or doing virtual assistants type of work, it's a time consuming. It's hard sometimes. There are times you're not going to want to do it, but you have to do it anyway. And while you're in it, it should bring you joy. It should bring you passion about what you're doing. But, there's always a little unsexy part of it where you just don't feel like doing this stuff. So when you don't break down those big goals that you have, it can look so overwhelming, so daunting, and it'll look like a mountain you will never be able to climb. Truth is, you can definitely do it. You have all the capabilities, all the tools. Even if you don't have the fancy tools, you can do it all. However, you do have to decide what brings you joy and break those little things down. For me, I want to do some things in the future. Well, I'm looking into some programs that are helping me decide what I want and what I don't want. And it's a long, slow process. So I used to be over ambitious and say, oh, I'm going to have this out by next month. And then I realized it's going to take several months. And there is no race. There's always room for your ideas. There's always room for the new you. There's always room. Because whatever's meant to be in your life path will happen eventually. But it's up to you to take the better route and not overwhelm yourself and stress yourself when you really don't need to. Take it one step at a time. Don't stop. Keep going. Definitely always do one thing a day to further yourself in your goals. And that can be the tiniest goals. That can be like a super amazing tweet about your ideas of life, or it can be a graphic. I do an inspirational daily post every day, and I'm amazed even now after several years of doing it, the engagement I get through it. And it makes me feel good to put some positivity out there when we really need it. So it could be the simplest little things. And I'm talking more business, but you can apply this to your personal life as well. It could be making someone smile or having that conversation with your bestie when you really, really needed it. So as you master the one thing that you want to change in your life, the easier it'll get. It's always hard the first, what they say, it takes 90 days for to change a habit or change a behavior. I can kind of see that, but I'm not going to confine it to 90 days. For some people, it'll be faster. Other people, it'll take longer. And that is okay. We need to stop comparing ourselves to the Joneses, because what might align for someone else, it might not align for us. And it's good to look up to people. It's good to be inspired by people. But don't copy word for word what they do. Don't copy how they are, because they're them and you're you. And you have something unique and special to provide to the world. So that's today's Mindful Monday. I hope you guys liked it. It is so good to be back with you guys. I love you. Thank you so much for the support. And be on the lookout possibly for another video over the week. But if not, I will see you next Monday, and keep reaching for the stars, keep crushing those goals, but also be gentle and true with yourself. Until the next time, to know thyself is to know thy truth. Namaste.